Let me check that out.
Going back to the 3D thing, 3D is really trying to take off everywhere. Have you guys been seeing the commercials for 3D cell phones without having to wear the glasses and everything?
Yes, I think I think it's a Sony Ericsson or something which is trying to do it.
It's just, to me, it's just silly. I mean, I'm gonna use a phone to call people.
Yeah.
I don't even have an I anything. I have an MP3 player instead of an iPod, and I have a phone that's like everyone else has these iPhones. They're just like, oh, I can go to the internet. I'm just like, well, my phone has texting. I know, right?
Yeah. Oh, I can partially get that, but I do like the iPhone. I know when the iPhone 5 comes out, I will be getting that. I'm definitely looking forward to that. For myself, I use a MacBook anyway, and I've got an iPod Touch, and I've got an iPod Shuffle, and one of the old iPods as well, which is broken. But the thing is, they are useful. Before I wouldn't have used it for internet or emails or anything like that, but now I do have it. It's a lot easier just to have it there when you need it, just to be able to check your emails or anything like that.
Mm.
Oh, I understand. I'm just an old-fashioned kind of guy, I guess.
I've even got a mobile. I have an iPod for music. No phone. People have to send pigeons to me to get news.
I was one of the later people that I knew when I was, I think I was 17 when I got my first phone, and everyone was like, had it already for 5 years, I guess.
All right.
Moving
Uh,
there you go.
All right.
Interruption.
I think the next topic we have is Google Plus had a traffic increase of 1,269% once they launched to the general public. Tim, I know you are on Google Plus. I'm not sure about Haven and Boohead.
Yeah, I've had it for quite a while.
Yeah, a friend of mine from the old forums that I was at sent it to me because I still talk to everyone else a lot. But yeah, he sent it. He sent me an invite, and I've had it for quite a bit, and it's pretty good. I mean, I'm not really into the whole social networking thing anyway, but I like it. Like, I mean,
Oversharing, I believe it's called.
yeah.
What advantages does it have over Facebook? So I use Facebook a lot. So I was wondering if I was to switch to Google Plus, what would you say it's better than for?
Parts of it are easier to use. It doesn't as not as over cluttered with features and things like that.
It looks more appealing, at least.
Yeah, I suppose so. I find parts of it a bit more, well, a bit harder to use, I suppose, than Facebook. In terms of like, you can't post on other people's walls. I don't think, well, not their walls or their profiles, which is a bit harder to work with, I suppose.
Right.
And on the topic of Google Plus, I believe Cal had a bit of a unfortunate mistake in terms of recognising a fairly key character. Rogue changed her profile picture to someone that everyone would recognise as Dark Magician Girl. Cal, however, found the need to clarify this by asking, is this the Dark Magician Girl?
Oh dear.
I was a little bit confused, I believe, to some magical girl anime or something like that, but don't quite see how that can happen. Suppose we can add that to your list, shall we?
Let's see. I guess there's not as much information on Google Plus either, although sometimes it's a good thing.
Well, I suppose with Google Plus, all I really do is just go in, because there's only really the 5 buttons at the top, so it's like games, your circles, your profile, photos, and then the home thing, which just seems to show pretty much your Facebook wall.
It's like a simpler, but sort of not as mainstream Facebook. I mean, it's simpler at least. I mean, I don't have I don't have a Twitter account because I've heard that it's Facebook with just statuses, but it's sort of in between there, I guess.
Oh, I've never liked Twitter. That's just annoyed me.
Yeah, the name especially.
Yeah, the name doesn't help it, does it?
Right. Oh, I'm gonna be awesome. I'm gonna get Twitter.
I hope you get no followers. And on the topic of that, I suppose, move on to some anime or manga news. One thing that's come up is that Full Metal Alchemist, the Sacred Star of Maros, won big at the Burbank International Film Festival on the weekend. It won the Best Animated Feature, got the Best Director for Animation, and it got the Best Writing Adaptation and Animation. And that's just the beginning of it. Apparently it's just the beginning of the North American Film Festival tour that it's doing. So that could be pretty good. I believe it's showing at a few other film festivals, including Hawaii International Film Festival, Vancouver Asian Film Festival, and Toronto's Real Asian International Film Festival, and the San Francisco International Animation Festival. So I suppose if you're around those areas, you could go watch that there.
I've
That's pretty good.
I've always liked Full Metal Alchemist. I mean, it's never been one of my favorites, but it's a good anime, and I mean, apparently a lot of other people think so.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one I've always enjoyed.
Yeah.
It's probably up there in my favourites. It's one of the few animes that I would quite happily say that the dub is as good as, if not better than, the subbed version. Whereas with most other things, definitely, I'd say the sub's better than the dub.
I think I prefer the dub, usually because I mean, I don't want to be rude, but something I joke about is like if I wanted to read for hours and I would just get the manga, but I do. I mean, even if some people think that the dubs are worse usually, and I don't know. I just could never get into the sub thing. But even if I prefer the dubs over the subs, I still know a good dub from a bad dub.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, there are definitely some bad ones out there.
oh yeah.
But I find a lot of the time the sub is more accurate to the original interpretation,
Mm-hmm.
which I like that.
That is good. Dragon Ball Z is very good with the dubs.
9,000.
Well, I mean, like that's a very good dub. I mean, they dubbed that very well. Other than a little bit of inconsistencies, I mean, just the character voices at least.
Yeah, most of the voices I did like. I know, at least from the original Japanese, Goku. I couldn't work with that.
He sounded like a little girl when he was 30.
Yes, but then, like, Frieza's voice was amazing in the original Japanese.
That's
Actually,
I liked both Freezes. They were both good.
I was always a bit confused by the gender of the dubbed Frieza. To put it as bluntly as I can, I suppose.
Well, if it is a he, is an alien, so you can't really tell anyway. Especially if its final form walks around pantsless.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I still thought, even if the gender thing was weird, I thought he sounded evil, at least.
Yeah, I suppose I can see that, yeah. Then again, lately all I've really been watching is the, what's it called?
Kai?
Abridged series, so.
Oh, the abridged. Okay.
Oh, Team 4 stuff.
Yeah,
That's good. That's the only Dragon Ball Z I've ever watched.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I never watched any of it.
For shame. I'm just kidding.
I'll get around to it.
It's from a tree, monkey.
Vegeta, it's on my back.
Vegeta.
I'm a ghost now, Vegeta.
That just that was pretty good.
I always liked Team 4-Star. I mean, when I first actually got online in general, you know, and to forums and things, that was the first. That was my old forum was Team 4-Star forum. But the original, like you go to it now, and the one that you go to now, it's different. It's actually not the same one. But I went to the first one. And the site switched sort of because the site admin and Team 4-Star themselves sort of had a falling out, and so the site people followed the admin instead of Team 4-Star. Team 4-Star just went and made another site. But I've always loved Team 4-Star though. I mean,
There's a brilliant irony to that.
yes,
The talent just moves elsewhere.
the talent just goes elsewhere, but everyone else follows the admin because I don't know. Oh well, but then that place collapsed after 2 years. Although I still talk to them a lot, and there's the Reality Reforged site, shameless advertising. But the Team 4-Star brought my friends online together, and they're hilarious in general. So I gotta owe them something. And I actually met them at Youmacon last year, and they recognized my username.
That's
So,
pretty cool.
Yeah, we talked. Actually,
the
go on.
Yeah, the thing the closest I got to that was I got to meet a few members of Rooster Teeth a few years ago. That was fun.
Rooster Teeth?
Rooster Teeth, they do a series called Red vs. Blue. It's basically a Halo series.
Oh, right, yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah, a friend of mine watched their stuff, yeah.
It's fantastic. A lot of their new stuff is actually quite flash as well in terms of the animation. It started off pretty much just recording the game and doing voiceovers, and that's how it was for, I think, probably most of the first 5 seasons. And then after that, I've started branching out, particularly with the new series, and making the most of it and putting in flash animations and some very cool things, actually. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it.
Where did you meet?
Oh,
sorry.
No, on you go.
Where did you meet Rooster Teeth?
At Armageddon, which is the Auckland's big convention.
Oh, okay.
And as Ro just pointed out, a couple of them went on to do the slow-mo guys. I believe that's actually Gavino, or Gavino, whatever he's called, some British guy. Who then joined the crew of Rooster Teeth, British guy. And he's actually a slow-motion camera recorder, so basically records things in slow motion. And they've got some very cool videos, and it's basically, I think it's him and his brother or someone do these awesome videos just recorded in slow motion. Very cool.